Peak 65 is really just the coined phrase for baby boomers. Right. It is the post-World War II generational boom. Everyone, people coming back from the war, America's economy is thriving, everyone's having kids. Well, guess what? Peak 65 is they are now turning 65 now at the rate of over 14,000 per day. That's over 5.1 million this year alone. And what's interesting about Peak 65 is that it's not just the massive amount of that generation, it's also that people are living longer, right? So longevity is really the biggest disruptor, and it's affecting so many things from retirement to healthcare costs. And we're seeing it really play out today. If you look at like the NAR data is now showing statistics that of all buyers in the marketplace, 53% are above the age 55.
That's right.
Yep. And if you look at resale buyers, that number jumps to 64%. So that means that almost 2 out of every 3 resale buyers in the marketplace are above 55.
So how is this impacting the opportunity with the reverse side, and explaining that into why is this important? And then besides having the largest equity positions we've ever seen in history.
So let's touch on that, right? That's what's so unique about why the baby boomers are dominating that market is the amount of equity that they hold presently. Over $17 trillion is estimated, right?
Yep.
That means that they are the largest demographic with that massive amount of equity that they can yield in an environment that is really difficult like now, right? High interest rates, fluctuating inflation, uncertain economy.
Right.
They are the group that can yield that equity and still continue to make purchases today.
Well, you know what's uniquely about our marketplace that we've not seen ever is that now even the younger generations, beside what we're just talking about, has substantial equity as well.
They do. We are in a position where home equity is probably the highest that it's ever been, but that could soften, right? And first-time home buyers are at a challenge because high interest rates mean that they need to put more money down, right? They have to put a bigger down payment, and they're also challenged with a higher monthly payment.
So if we go into the statistical data we both know to be factual and true, then what would this do to impact that person, the average median buyer being between 55 and 61 buying a home? Can they buy right into the product that we're talking about?
Well, it requires more of a down payment. So think of it as a cash flow tool, right? So we're going back to Peak 65, you're in retirement. The most important thing is with longevity, you don't know how long you're going to live. So you have a finite amount of assets that is supposed to last as long as you're living. The biggest fear is running out of money. So cash flow is king. So what it allows you to do is it allows you to take the proceeds from the sale of your residence and it maximizes that. Either you don't have to use them all, you can get into the home that you want for maybe, let's say, 50, 60% down instead. And now you preserve those proceeds from the sale of your residence. You put those back into your plan with your financial advisor, but you're in the home that you want without having to make a payment.